Like to continue in Greek language, but really I have a problem. Nothing, zero. I'm sorry. Yeah. If you prefer, I can speak in Portuguese. No?
Hola.
So, dear friends, I try to speak slowly and to be clear with the message, because first of all, I want to become with more new 40 friends in handball, in my life of handball. So that's why I came here running. I arrived yesterday and I go tomorrow out, because European Handball Federation supports, I think, your SMART program, and this is included in your SMART program. And it means that in Greece you do something to improve this sport. Otherwise, European Handball Federation don't support you. So it means that they believe on you, and they choose me to come here. I come from Portugal. I'm not here representing Portuguese handball, because this is other question. And we have some similar points between these two countries, Portugal and Greece. In other fields also. We are very famous. We are very famous in Europe in financial problems. Everybody know us. But we are talking about handball now. I'm here trying to discuss with you some proposals. I hope to present something new. I don't know. And it's very difficult at this moment to have the magic formula, just like I told you, because it's everything on the computer. You go to Google, you put handball, and you turn 10,000 of websites with handball. And I usually say that only we have two things, maybe three, but two things that put us crazy. One, it's when we don't have information. When we don't have information, we stay crazy. We don't know what to do. The other one, it's when we have a lot of information. It's the same problem. What to do with this information? I saw some exercises. Now I discover in my computer a new video. I don't remember that I have this video and new exercises, but what I do with them, with these exercises. How much, how many times, when I put these exercises. And the third, it's the women part, but this is out of the seminar. The third thing that take us crazy. But it finished here. So, handball. It's very important you know who I am, because now you are thinking, oh, they come from Portugal. Oh, it's not a big, powerful handball. But we have very good improvement in the last years. Really, believe it. We changed maybe three aspects in our country that are very, very, very important. One, it's we create organization. Now, I can say that we are better organized, much better. Maybe you have difficulties if you go there to the website of Portuguese Handball Federation. You do the same that I do when I come here to the Greek handball. But it's a website very well organized. I have the opportunity to show the general idea of this website. This website do everything for handball, for this sport in Portugal. One point, organization, very important. Second point, speak the same language, all. Because we have in Portugal old coaches, new coaches, coaches just like me in the middle, and the old coaches, no, I know how to do that, and you do this, and this. And the new coaches, no, I have new ideas, just like you told me. I'm a Mourinho from handball, and we must put all together, speak the same language, and with the same purpose, what we want, people playing handball. All agree. Best results, all agree. So why don't we work together? And the third point, it's the money, financial point. We have a new reality in Portugal, just like you have here in Greece. It's not different, really. Someone has to pay this. No, the government, they finish, support. So we must have to create a new system that pay handball, that give to the clubs the possibility to go with handball in front. These 3 points were very important in the change of handball. And now we have clubs in the championships, in the League Champions League, men's. We have 2 years ago one club that goes, and first year it was good, second year it was very good. And we have the winner of the Challenge Cup this season. I don't know if you heard about ABC Braga. It's the winner of the Challenge Cup. It's a Portuguese team. And the other team that went to the final, it was also a Portuguese team, Benfica, Lisbon. They played the final of 2 teams from Portugal. So it means things are being changing. Maybe some examples that we have produced in Portugal, I go to show you, maybe give you some ideas. But otherwise, I'm also working with the European Handball Federation since the beginning of the European Handball Federation. I'm a teacher of physical education in school in Portugal. I start to play handball with 11 years old age. It was in that time it was mini handball. Now 11 years it was the senior handball. So now mini handball it's 5 years, 6 years. And I start 11 years. I become player, then I become coach. I finish my course, my physical education course. I went to the federation work, and in the National Federation of Portugal, I was involved in a lot of projects of mini handball, beach handball, national instruction of the coaches, and a lot of things. Handball from the morning to the night. And always in connection with clubs. I've been a coach of different clubs in Portugal. Just like I told you, I'm also in the direction of my school. And this possibility of working with the European Handball Federation gives me this experience. Of course, you can imagine that a lot of hours in airports and in transfers, but we take very good information from a lot of countries. 2 weeks ago I was in Polonia, in Kielce. Now I'm here. In 11 July I go to Croatia, also working with referees. I start this program with referees 3 years ago in European Handball Federation, and it was very good. This connection between the coaches and the referees. It's also a problem to resolve, and also a problem that stopped the development of the countries a lot of times. If we are approached, if we are in connection, we can go, and we start this program with the young referees, and it's correct to start with the young referees. And I'm also working in Portugal with TV stations. I do the commentaries for handball in a lot of TVs, and maybe this is new for you. You have also cable TV here, national TVs. We have all of this, and TV clubs. Now it's Benfica Lisbon, the football club you heard, has 2 channels TV, better than Manchester or Chelsea. They have 2. Sporting Lisbon, they have 1 channel. Oporto, they have 1 channel. There are a lot of small clubs. They have the live streaming. Just like I saw in the sports hall, live streaming matches, always with commentaries, people that are there commentating the match. And we have also private TVs that invest. And really, I cannot explain, but it's a snowball. This, when we start the, oh, I forgot. Here, we start in the Portuguese Handball Federation. This project, it's Handball TV, started with live streaming, just like you have here. And with this Handball TV, we can go to a lot of competitions. National, women's, juniors, mini, and we go. With this project, for example, this channel come to us and take the signal from here, and they put on the air the full program with handball. Also, Sport TV. Now in Portugal, this network has 5 channels, and goes to open 6th one in the Olympics. Just like I told you, I was in the mini handball project, handball in schools. We have a very good connection with school sports, and this is one of the secrets of development of handball is here. Because children are here. In the most part, schools in Portugal have the best sports halls. the best gymnasiums. So we go there to get clients. And I work in other sports like gymnastic, roller hockey. I don't know if you know this kind of, it's hockey with rules, taekwondo and so on. And please take note of these numbers and use it, really. 2 emails. If you go to Facebook, you can put all my name, and next opportunity, I put your photo here, okay? When I finish, we take our selfie, and I'm going to put here your photo, I promise. But use these contacts if you need it. You have 2 emails there, and this is my phone number. Yesterday I received a contact from Poland. It's very good to keep this continuous information and to help. And I'm here really trying to help you. This is the main purpose. Okay, so that's me and you. I think with the harm it's more easy. Teachers of physical education, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay, colleagues, welcome. Coaches, handball coaches. Oh, teacher and handball coach in the end of the month. Teacher and at the same time coach. Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, how many money you spend with handball? Okay. And players. Oh, my friend, are you okay? Goalkeepers. I'm sorry, because are the best. You are the best, the most important people on the team. I'm sorry to say that, but it's my opinion. Yeah. You want to say something? You understand everything? The English, it's okay for you? I try to speak English just like Mourinho. We are in the same level. And I hope when I see the press conference of Mourinho, I laugh a lot, and I think that you do the same with me. So we are not English. And the most important is we understand the message. Oh, friends, the idea of this day today is now we have some special considerations in general about the teaching and the learning process of handball that I think we must have. We, the teachers, we, the coaches, and we, the players. It's very important. Then I want to show you a lot of videos, maybe 40 minutes of videos, but some of them are very, very, very important. I don't know if you know it, but if you know it, we can stop and we can pass to the other one. I try to make a selection of the most important for this development project. Then we go to the sports hall, and the organizers ask me that I propose some ideas for training pivot, wings, and defense. And this is the 3 main principal points that we are to observe. I bring to you some exercises that I think it will be very important our players do it. And then we finish today about midnight or 11 o'clock, I don't know, maybe. Are you okay?
We finished tonight.
I know you are very tired. I know you're important, and people that are here with groups, I know very well the importance of being with a group. But believe me, we have all the information in the internet. You have all the videos there, all the sites, all the articles, all the magazines, everything is here. But you have time to go there first. You go there sometimes. One coffee, please. Okay? So, time. Second, you go to the European Handball Federation website. Who goes normally? It's very important. Because there you can find one of the most powerful group of videos, exercises, magazines, articles about handball in English. But they are there. You go to the Google Translator, and now Google is better. Huh? The translation is much better. And you do this. You go to the websites of the countries that are surrounding you. No. Not too much. So it means nothing is better than the possibility that we have in this situation to contact, to ask something. Oh, give me this direction, give me the idea for this exercise. Discuss why, how we begin. We go to the children's, we give them the game, or we start with a pass, reception, shot. How we do? Have you any idea? We start with the game, or we start with the pass and the shot? With the game, no doubt. And a lot of game, my advice. Give them a lot of game. But a lot. How much more experience they have, better. But there are other problems. Teaching handball, or teach handball players. We are in handball 7, this number, this 7, and I leave you 7 points that for me are very important, and you must take in consideration. Very important, really. First, you have the philosophy, communication, motivation, quality, physical preparation, the charge, it's in connection, and the phases of development of the players. Teacher or coach, the first problem. And what is the difference in your mind? Someone of you want to... But there are differences between teachers and coaches?
Yes.
Who want to give the first word? There are. And which is better? Teacher or the coach? We can put a...
Teacher is a talent. For have present, you know how how to give the children.
And the coach, no?
Coach is something different.
Why?
Because coach has to do with.
I stop your thought. You think he's a teacher and you are a coach. We go to a competition, you think you don't want to win? Or you want to win more than he?
I think that I am not so good teacher.
But you are a good coach?
Maybe.
So this is the first problem. Coaches and teachers are the same persons in influence of handball. But the big difference is in the instruction and of each one. Teacher comes from a school, university. Coach can come also from a school, from a university, but in generally come from handball. And this is a big difference. So it's very important that teacher and coaches talk also, and talk very much, because there are some coaches that don't have the scientific response for the problems, and the teachers has. But there are some teachers that don't have the practical exercises for to resolve the problem. So we need to discuss. We need to live together. Teacher and coaches must be together in this. And it's very important that in your mind the purposes of the training must be very clear. What you want. You are in handball. Why? Why you are in handball?
I love this game.
You love this game. Only.
I would like to see more athletes in this game because I love it, and so I think it's my responsibility to pass over the
to bring more people for this lovely game. And it is a very interesting, really it's a very interesting game. Very easy and interesting game. But there are some people that are here only for win. And win in two fields. Win money, some of them, they can win money. And the other ones, win the competitions. All the competitions. And you know, it's easy win competitions of small people. Very easy. You know the secret? I know. Give them training, and you win. Go to a group of 10 years, boys or girls, and put them in training, and you win all the competitions. So it means that you are very happy 1 year, and then you finish your career also. The children's finish. They win and finish. And you, just like a coach, finish also. This is my opinion. And I saw a lot of times this experience in the sports halls. So, why we want to be teacher or to be coach? The style of teacher and coach we want to assume. I usually say the big difference between a coach and a teacher, it's the way how we go to the players. But of course you can tell me, no, it's not exactly. But normally coaches are more be attentive. I'm watching you. I throw in the sports all in the morning. And where is I think it's here. Yeah. And of course there are different kind of people. And we all work with the most difficult product in the earth. It's people. We don't work with stones or with pens or with calculators or with numbers. We work with people. And you are different of you, you are different of you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and we have here 40 different people. And if I ask one opinion to 3 persons, I have 4 opinions. So this is people. And it's very difficult and very important to know that. So in resume, here, for the principal reasons to be a coach, and of course, I would like also to give you this message. It's important to participate, and it's important to win. It's not a disaster to go there to the competitions and want to win. It's very important. It's the main purpose. When you go to your loving game, you go there, but you like to win. You don't go there only for loving. For loving, it's out the sports. But win, it's very important. So the most important, it's we don't need to do everything to win. Win, it's a natural situation that happens. It means not trying to win is a dishonest competitor for me. Also, this problem, and this is one of the main problems between the difference with teachers and coaches. Almost coaches use this only. Almost teachers use this. So it means that speaking and hearing, it's very important. But this one is the most important. And sometimes we pass. And really, today, it's a big problem. I'm coach of a team, seniors team, in 3rd division. I would like to be in Barcelona, but they don't invite me. But I'm in the 3rd division with, and now I arrived to the team and I propose today the program for this session is training shot, wing shot, and we go to do these exercises. You know how many players take the harm and discuss with me the situations? You imagine? A lot of them. All the players know everything today. They see the internet, they read the newspapers, and they know. So they discuss with me, no, I think you could do this exercise. No, not this one. So this is very difficult, and we have to hear. Of course, now you hear and you use it well. Also, the problem of the motivation. If we don't have motivated people in handball, your love game goes out. They go to love other things, basketball or football, I don't know. So it's very important organize, for example, situations just like we saw today. This competition, it's a competition that motivates the participants. I don't know if your players are motivated, but I can imagine they are. I saw the enthusiasm in the sports hall, and these questions of motivations demands clarity in the philosophy of the training, correct communication, increase always the auto-estimates, concentration in the personal performance, and create situations where we have pleasure. Don't forget this. I leave these communications with the organizers, and you do what you want. If you want, send me an email, the first one. I give to you by email also the communications if you want. Okay? So, quality. This is another point. We discussed, we are talking in the lunchtime about the big steps that handball in Portugal give, and one of the big steps was this, quality. You know, 10 or 20 years ago in Portugal, fathers and mothers take the children to ballet. You have here in Greece ballet. To dance, to gymnastic. You have hostels. So they took the children, okay, go to the ballet, you stay there. Why they put the children in ballet? They are all dancers. They have been dancers in the past. Mothers, we have mothers here already. You put your children in ballet.
Ballet. 1 year. Ballet.
Why?
2 years handball.
They give the children to ballet and they pay it. I don't know if in Greece you pay to go to ballet, but in Portugal they pay, and they pay very much. Ballet, gymnastics, swimming, pay.
Ballet because the girls want to be Barbies.
So, why don't take the children to handball? Paying also, but pay handball needs one thing: organization. You leave your children to handball, you must know that in that time, with these conditions, with qualified coach, with quality of experiences, your children are in security. So, in Portugal now, I was told in Benfica, Lisbon, for example, the young people with 12 to 14, they pay 37 euros by month to play handball. It means 370 for 1 season to play handball. Sporting Lisbon, they pay 25 euros to play handball. The club give a sports hall with quality, 2 coaches qualified, very well qualified, a program. They know the trainings, the sessions, the competitions, the planning of all the season. This is quality. The club gives to the children's equipment, T-shirts, and they enjoy to have the T-shirt of Sporting, balls, Of course, who paid this? The family. 25 euros plus 40 children plus 10 months, you know, do the amount. If you have a support from the municipality, or if you have a support from the association or from the federation and so on, you can survive. So it means that we must have quality sessions of trainings, not go to the training and one ball, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and run and play. No, this is not quality. Quality now, it's to know that we must invest, we coaches and teachers, in this and this. I was seeing a video of coordination. I lost this video in my computer. But if we have possibility, I want to show you also. But this is the most important problems of modern handball. Our players need coordination, and for development of coordination, there are a lot of exercises that we must know. Speed, fast power. Handball today is this. And it's very important that all of you know you are involved in the youth handball with boys or girls with 10, 11, 12, 14 years old. But you see the top. What happens in the top? Who saw the Champions League this season here? You saw. You saw. Sometimes you go there and you saw. You know who is the champion? Yes, your neighbor here. Neighbor?
Around.
Yeah. But it's very important to know how they play. What, and you saw we are in the women space. You saw the final of the women's. It was first time a fantastic competition. I saw all the matches, and it was really very good matches. Very equality, very well, very good results. So you saw those players in TV. It's one thing. If you go alive, you must to talk with them like this. What is a handball player now in the top? Any one of you want to say what is? What kind of player we have?
Good athlete. Good athlete.
More.
Quick.
Quick. Quick. You say quick. Yeah.
Fast players.
Fast player. More.
Smart players. Clever players.
Clever player. Clever player. Very important. This is, I enjoyed the lovely game. I take the lovely game with me. But I told you it's easy because the natural gest, it's easy. But it needs a lot of thought. In one time, you have the ball. You can imagine what you can do with the ball in 3 seconds. Pass to here, pass to there, pass to there. dribble here, dribble there, find here, find there. See if my adversary comes from here, or if he comes from here. See if he is in the wing alone to put the ball, or if he is in the wing, the other wing to put the ball. See if the goalkeeper, it's okay that I shot. See if I shot jumping, or if I shot like this. You count how many situations we
10.
check? 10? No. 14, 15,
15.
maybe 14, 15. 15 in 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay. It's that's why handball have special people. We are all special. I'm sorry, I don't know if we have football people here, or volleyball people, or the enemy people. No problem. Dear friends, this is a big problem for what we have checked now. Physical preparation. We don't go anywhere if we don't invest in this. And invest in this, it's really a big problem, because we need to know, and it's one of the last points that I put on the first information. We need to know the phases of development of our players. We need to know that. We need to know that a children with 5 years has a very good moment for flexibility, for example, but not a good moment for power training. So we must read physical preparation, and the most important is the phases of development. I don't want to go to lose time unless we stay here 3 or 4 days, or 5, and 1 week holidays in the beach, and okay. But if you go to the internet, our colleagues, teachers, we are very identified with this situation. But the coaches are not identified with this situation. And sometimes I saw coaches demanding to the children to do situations that they cannot do. It's our development of our body. It's in 2 directions, from here and from here. You cannot start with the most difficult activity if you don't have resolved this or this. So some exercises demand that you resolve this situation and this, and then you go to the fingers and to the wrists and so on. We talk about this tomorrow in the afternoon, the last lesson. But take some time with physical preparation. And I go to faster. This kind of training, I don't know, I suppose that you have heard it already, integrated training. It's very good because combine the physical, the technical, the tactical, and so on in the same moment. You can create some exercises that at the same time you are working physical, technical, and psychological, mental. we are going to do some of them in the sport zone. This kind of training, it's very recommended. Save times, needs high concentration, must have to understand the game, respect other training methods, and has high level of specificity. Okay. About the phases of development, it's very important that you have the explanations for these 6 questions, and I don't go to pass all of them, but I go to refer what intensity on training. This is another point that it's very difficult for the coaches and the teachers also. How many exercises I do? How many repetitions? How many trainings? 1 by week, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10? So this is a problem. We have to decide it. We have to be very clear. And come to this. For me, it's very important that we give to the players, to the students, to the athletes, to the handball players, informations that they can use it at home. I don't know if you understand what I want to say to you. For example, physical training. It's very important that the athlete understand why I have to do an exercise like this. Why? And of course, they can do this at home. They can do this in a gymnasium. And when they come to the training, you have more time for game, for combinations, for shooting, for goalkeeper. Usually coaches don't have time for goalkeepers. But we need it, you know? Goalkeeper, I told you, for me it's the most important person in the team. If you have a good goalkeeper, better than the goalkeeper of the other team, I'm sure you win the match. You know who is the second person? Pivot. Pivot. You win the prize. Pivot. Pivot. Very clever. Very clever player. He play in a difficult situation. Usually, the goal is in the back. But pivot today, it's a very high player, but he needs to be very strong. You know, pivot. We are talking about pivot later. And the third one, goalkeeper, pivot, and the third. And the fourth one?
The coach.
All important. Yes. But goalkeeper and pivot, for me, it's really, when I start to build my team, I go to buy one goalkeeper and one pivot, and then I go to see what happens later. So, bad coaches and bad teachers always do the same mistakes, and if you are in this field, please think it. Good coaches and good teachers always do different mistakes. So if you are in this one, go ahead. Okay? So we finished the first. We passed. Are you okay? You need to breathe a little bit. Yeah. You need a cigar? You don't go. Really, you smoke a lot in Greece. Yeah.
We have a great tobacco here.
I don't know why, but you smoke a lot. Okay, we are going to pass this board, this information only, and then we take a pause. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I want to leave this message. Yep. Yes. Don't forget these 3 steps in the development, in the learning process of handball. Don't forget that we start with pleasure, motivation, diligence, discover. We start playing alone and playing with a friend. Then you go to fun, enjoyment, positive experience, and play with a friend and against each other. And then you go to the 3rd step, start teaching handball, passing, shooting, dribbling, and so on, and enter in a planned and organized situation. Don't forget these three steps. It's very important. And if you passed one of these, you have problems in the future. Really, don't forget this. The other point of you have here some, but I told you I leave here the communication. You have here the problems of the initiation. It's not very important now in different phases. But I want to pass also this information for you. When we can say that a player finished the initiation in handball. 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. When the player have an intelligent occupation of the space, and in that moment they take in account the players, the ball, and the goal. If your player do this, he finish the initiation project. You can pass to the other phase. When the player understands when he is in attack or he is in defense, because there are some players, even in seniors teams, they don't understand. Now I'm a defender, but I stay in the attack because I don't have physical preparation. This is a problem of the seniors. But it's very important. Go to the goal with and without opposition. If your player do this, you finish the initiation project. When your player create passing lines and search for empty spaces, you finish the initiation in handball. When your player help other players, when your player control the ball, when they can do everything with one hand, 2 hands, and when the player know the field and the rules. Not all the players know the rules. you know? If the players go to do the rule test of the referees, I think in one team, half of the team goes out. But if you go to the matches, you always see players that go to the referees, oh no, it's not, it's a fault, attacking fault, no, you don't understand nothing. The player understands. It's very important also give time to the rules. It's, for me, this checklist, it's very useful, and I hope for you also, and take in consideration. And for here, yep, for here, I just want to leave this message for you. You must give to the player, you understand, the game but not the fish, the permission to error. It means that you could give positive feedbacks, and demand always high behavior, social, sportive, great rigorous in execution of the exercises. And I give you an example here that happens a lot of times, but now is finished with my team. If you propose to the team exercise with pass and reception in waves, usually your teams, first wave go, second wave go immediately, third wave goes immediately, fourth wave goes immediately, and the goalkeeper, it's one. And a lot of balls out of the goal, and so on. This is not stop the session. Give space. Do exactly what you want they do. Be rigorous. And take care of all uniformity. And don't forget this thought, the children do not think about the past or the future, they enjoy the present, which just a few of us make. This is a problem, some problem of the others. Okay, 10 minutes for a cigar. Questions? It's okay.
Έχουμε ερωτήσεις. Εγώ θα έλεγα οποιοδήποτε αφορμές έχει δώσει παρουσίασή του να τις αξιοποιήσετε. Να τις αξιοποιήσετε για την ευκαιρία.
Ξεκίνα εσύ Τριαντάφυλλο με την ερώτηση που έχεις εκείνο το προηγούμενο θέμα. Έλα, πάλι μέσα. Σήκωσε το χέρι.
This is one problem that I told you about the internet. You have a lot of videos, just like this one, in the internet. But you use videos with your players, you show, you organize motivation lessons. So it's possible to organize. You don't have to organize every week or every month, but one time, one motivation. And there are a lot of videos like this one. And the option for this video, it's good music. It sounds good. It's not Beethoven or Mozart, but it sounds good on your head. Good different participants, beach handball, old people, Champions League, small guys. When you choose a video, take in consideration some of these details, because if you want to motivate, and you have a very good tool for motivate here, use the best. This is one of the best that I have. Now we go to the high competition again, and to pass to the training videos. You saw the final of the Champions League this season. It finished with 7 meters. I don't know if you know, but for me these 7 meters are not the best. 2 years ago, Barcelona and Flensburg finished an eliminatory also with 7 meters, and you can watch this 7 meters and watch with your 2 eyes, because each 7 meters it's different for the others, and it's 10 different ways how to shot 7 meters. It's very interesting, this.
So, it's all happening down the right, the other end, and it's actually Flensburg that will take the first penalty. Saric versus Eggert. Goal! Eggert put it to nail. So, all the pressure now. Barcelona, they have the score. Even touch. Remember, it's going to be 5. And it is Deca. Missed the penalty in the game. Doesn't miss this one. Every bit of energy and power goes into that. He makes no mistake. No chance for Anderson. Well, someone's going to be a hero at the end of this game. What? The coach can do no more. He can only ask what player wants to take one, and then hope he doesn't miss. Feinhold Saric. Feinhold. Scores it off the post. Get off the post for the all count. Karabatic versus Anderson. When he just powered and fakes one. Save Anderson! Save Anderson! Karabatic just missed the penalty. And this is unbelievable. 2-1. So Jim Gottfriedson steps forward, the young Swede against Saric. Saric eyes only for the wall, fakes one. Scores one! 3-1! Flensburg lead! Now Matthias Anderson will face the captain of Barcelona. Comes up to about 4 meters to the ball. Victor Tomás dives and scores and gives Barcelona their second goal. Wow, that was close. And now Barcelona's changed the goalkeeper. Big Saric goes in against Radojevic. Radojevic, the right winger, 22 years of age to serve, facing Stelvik, who gives him a smile. Fakes one. Scores! 4-2! Flensburg leads! And this could be the greatest upset ever if Flensburg beat Barcelona. And Barcelona will only have themselves to blame. Wine against Anderson. If he misses, Flensburg win. Scores! It's 4-3. And now all the pressure is on the final penalty taker from Flensburg Handelman. And it's the young boy, Campos Vada. Hampusmanne against Salic, Bateswood, scores! Flensburg has in the final four!
I don't know if you remember this game. Barcelona wins by 8 goals during the match and lost the match in the 7 meters. Karabatiu. Okay, but it's very curious because there are not 10 7 meters, there are only 9, but 9 different 7 meters. Watch again with time. So I want to pass now this this video. I think it's very interesting, this sequence of exercises with bench, gymnastic bench.
Jede Aufgabe soll auf beiden Seiten durchgeführt werden. Hier wird jetzt der Ball getrieben, also mit der zweiten. Erfolgt nicht mehr, sondern auf der Bank. Der Krafteinsatz muss jetzt an neue Trainierhöhe angepasst werden.
I'm going to pass faster this video, but see the great number of possibilities that we have with this simple material to work with our children.
Getribbelt wird auf der Seite, auf der das Bein am Boden ist. Stellt man 2 Bänke parallel zueinander auf, so ist es ebenfalls möglich, die Bänke mit Wechselsprüngen zu passieren. Der Unterschied zu vorher ist es, dass der Ball jetzt vor und nicht mehr neben dem Körper geprellt wird. Bei der ersten Variante dieser Übung wird mit der äußeren jetzt erneut eingesetzt. Die erste Laufart war das Laufen mit der Bank zwischen den Beinen. Laufart 2 war das Laufen mit einem Bein auf der Bank und einem Bein auf dem Boden. Mit Sidesteps auf der Bank zu laufen, ist Aufgabe 5. Gearbeitet werden. Dabei werden während des Passes beide Bänke andauernd mit Wechselsprüngen überquert.
And we finish with this message. This is a video that European Handball Federation built for the commemorations of 20th anniversary. It is a small message, and I think you are going to listen very well. And we finish this first part with this message. I hope you take the...
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Joe and I'm a huge handball fan. The EHF is 20 years old. Congratulations. Over the past 20 years, European contributions have changed the face of handball for the better. So many new and great ideas have been introduced to improve the sport. We've done a really good job. I think it's great. But the job isn't done yet. In fact, there's plenty work still to be done. We all love handball. Why wouldn't we? It's an awesome sport, but there's still room for improvement. And if you have the chance to make improvements, you really should make them, shouldn't you? And who's going to improve handball if not you? The power's in your hands. Of course, everyone has their own ideas, their own plans, and it's not easy to agree. But before you do anything, you have to ask yourselves a key question. Are you sure that you know what the sport of handball actually needs? Really sure? 100% sure? To be really 100% sure, the EHF commissioned a European study on handball. From people who had never heard of the sport to people who loved it. Everyone had their say. And the results are in. We have to take them seriously, make a plan, and take the sport to the next level. So, let's get the talking done, and then get to work to make handball even better.
I didn't say better, but this is a message that I leave to you, and I believe your lovely game goes up. Okay, thank you for your attention from now. We move to the sports zone, but I would ask you if you can come to the center of the picture. Our selfie. Okay. Go to the center of the girls first.
Καλό,
Τώρα κάνουμε πρακτική, κατάλαβες. Φτιάξε μαλλί, φτιάξε... Άντε. Άρα εγώ το να κάτσε ψηλή πίσω. Πίσω. Ελάτε κορίτσια, μην τρέπεστε. Εδώ καλά είναι. Ελάτε κορίτσια. Εσείς τι είστε εδώ μπροστά. Πάτε πίσω. Έλα πάρα.
Μακριά, θα σε βρω εγώ.
Okay, so we have this one. You can talk?
Cheers.
One more please. Carlos.
Hello, Carlos.
Oh, thank you.
Μαρία. Φωνάει, κάποιον τον ψάχνει. Ελένη.
Portugal. Portugal pues en portugués. This paper push the referee happen. No Portugal. Θα σταματήσει, θα σταματήσει.
Εδώ πήγαν πολύ επίσημα όμως. Εντάξει, δεν είναι αναγκαστικό.
Ναι, αλλά μόνο αυτό.
Δεν ήρθαν όλοι. Γιατί δεν παρέφηκαν κάποια φορά. Είχα καμιά δουλειά, δεν ξέρω. Δεν ξέρω τι είναι. Κάνεις ώρα, δεν ξέρω. Τελικό
άρα θα όλα μαλακίες κάνει. Οι κοινογιώτικες μαλακίες κάνει.
Δεν κάνεις ώρα. 5, 6, 3, 4. Κάναμε μαγικό. Είναι λέκτορας της Οικονομικής Σχολής. Και αν κρέφερε, είναι λέκτορας ή γενικά.
Είναι λέκτορας στην εκεί και τον έχουν στην Επιτροπή. Αυτός είναι στην Επιτροπή για την Οικονομική. Αλλά όχι, για να είναι λέκτορας, είναι λέκτορας στους προπονητές.
Ο άλλος είναι λέκτορας, δηλαδή από του τα χέρια του μάνου.